in the start of the season, you said that you will be part of the all defensive team, all defensive player of the year. You ended up being part of the all EuroLeague team. This is for the better or for the worse? They don't notice what you are doing in the game.
No, they don't, and I've always said that. But I'll keep it that way because I don't want to like become a target. But like if you watch the games, there's situations I'm in where okay, I'll speak this way. For example, Monaco. I didn't have to guard Mike James or Kobo or Lloyd. And you guys, how is that possible? It was because they didn't want to set the pick and roll because they don't want me to switch. Because our defense with the Blossom game was to switch because he can shoot. And if they switch, then I'm the primary defender. So I didn't have to play defense on them because of my ability to play defense. And I think stuff like that goes unnoticed because I'm not on the ball. I'm not stealing the ball because I don't have to guard the ball because they make sure I don't guard the ball by not involving me. Does that make sense?
Totally, and you teased me to speak about basketball, but I think that our point is different. You just said that you never read fiction. What do you like to read?
I have two categories in my phones. I take recommendations from people. One is Black and African history, and then the other one is called Others. And in the Others section is like self-help type of books, facts, history, just general history, statistics, things like that like have concrete stuff to it. There's nothing wrong with fiction. I just would rather, if I read something, I'd rather learn something, you know?
So, what's your favorite movie lately? Because I guess the fiction part gets covered by other media, not by books.
Yeah, so I just watched The Game. I saw an Instagram reel, and it was like top 5 like mind-bender movies, and one was called The Game. It came out in 1997.
By David Fincher.
You know that one?
Totally know it.
Oh, good. Wow, God, bravo. I had never heard of it. So I watched The Game, and before that, I watched Don't Worry, Darling. Good movie. I was shocked because when I saw Harry Styles in it, I think he was in it, I said, what is this movie going to be about? Harry Styles is in this movie. Very good movie. Surprising right up until the end. So those are the last 2 things I watched. I'm also watching, as I said, thanks to Thomas Walkup. He's always, in Žalgiris, he was always like, oh, Curb, you got to watch Curb. Larry Davis, the greatest. So I'm watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. Don't love it, but it's getting better. It's getting better. And there's a scene that Tom always showed me where, like, I'm starting to understand the humor Larry David has, where it's like, it's not obvious in your face humor, similar to that of The Office, but like Larry, he was taking a pill and he didn't have water. So like instead of just like taking the pill, he like takes the pill and goes, like tries to throw it. And it's hilarious. And I was like, once I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe I'm starting to pick up on the Larry Davis humor, but it's good so far.
There is a lot of backlash about the end of Curb Your Enthusiasm in the States. They say that this is a kind of humor that right now should be considered offensive. Do you believe that this is something that goes beyond the serial and goes straight to our era and to the social media and to the whole situation in the world that we are living on, that even a joke can become a matter of debate?
What joke?
Every joke, especially the last episode, created a lot of backlash because, in theory, Larry David didn't learn anything, and he was proud to say so. But they wanted to have a moral in the end of the story.
Oh, well, are you ruining the show for me? Because I've never seen it before. I'm only on season 3.
It's a very rough outline. I'm in season 5 currently, so
okay.
we are pretty much on the same on the same level. So,
Okay.
it's a general question about how you view things, because, as you said, you are a scholar, let's say, of African history.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that we are living in an age and era that everything has to be dissected and viewed in a very peculiar lens?
I am a big advocate of the phrase, it's not that serious, but it is. And I think it can be used often and frequently. We do, especially in today's age, we live in the whole like micro-analyze everybody's thing. How can we comment? How can we critique? How can we make someone feel bad? How can we judge? And at the same time, it's like you have to enjoy your life. You know, you can't live your life going, well, I know someone over there on the other side of the world is going through something horrible, so I need to be extremely unhappy at my family dinner tonight, which makes It makes no sense. You know, what you can do is you can enjoy. Or they talk about this in the Book of Joy. Very good book. My friend Nate gave it to me. Love you, Nate. Desmond Tutu and what's the guy called? The Dalai Lama. They have a conversation for a period of days, and they talk at length about people going, well, how can I be happy if someone over there is not happy? You know, and they do a good job of explaining like how you actually can enjoy your life, and at the same time make sure that in your life you're doing things to make your immediate surroundings better. And if everyone took that approach, then everywhere would be better if people tried to do that.
But where would you draw the line? Where do you feel that there should be some kind of activism, some kind of action?
Um, I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends whatever people are feel they're being misled about or outraged about or being taken advantage of. That's different for every culture. That's different for every group of people around the world. What seems bad to one group of people is not bad to another. And, you know, I think that's also something important to notice is that's how culture is defined, is what is acceptable to this group of people and what is not. And you can't put a blanket around civilization and go, everyone needs to be outraged about this. There are some universal truths like war, famine, you know, any harm done to children, et cetera, where everyone should agree universally that these things are bad. But when you start to fine tooth comb it and nitpick, you know, it's really just, it's up to user's choice, I guess, if you will.
Is there a box and a blanket around athletes, especially in Europe?
Around athletes? Probably. I think I've always said Europe is a more emotional sports place, and I've always tried to explain to people that the reason it is because there's less sports. So in America, let's say you're average guy. You have a college team you like, you have an NBA team you like, you have a hockey team maybe, you have a football team you like, there's some golfers, there's another college sport, there's this, you know, you're up to 7 teams already. In Europe, people have Fenerbahce, soccer, and maybe basketball. That's all they have, you know? So like all that anger, happiness, excitement, joy, angst that you put into 7 teams is only in one team. So like the seriousness is extremely like, and the passion, the best word to describe it, the passion is very, very high for those teams. And with that being said, it's kind of like slowly you start to see the unraveling of players being looked at as humans and not just, hey, you have to do your sport because my family's been cheering for generations for Fenerbahce and I need you to die in the gym and die on the court for me. Now they're like, oh, you like to do that. Oh, this player has a YouTube channel. Oh, this guy likes to do this. Oh, this guy travels. Wow. Oh, and they still play well? Crazy. I didn't know you could do both. So I think Europe is coming around to that. I can only speak on the basketball side. I'm not a football player, but yeah, I think it's changing.
Is it changing, or do you feel confined in some aspects?
No, I feel like I'm free to do anything. I mean, everyone knows every off day that's possible, I travel somewhere. I try to go somewhere. I have my little YouTube channel, Swiss TV. Subscribe. It's going to be footage from today. And yeah, I mean, I just try to live life. Life is very short. You don't get second chances. Rarely do you get another opportunity to say things you mean, do things you want, experiences that you may take. So you might as well do them, because all that's going to happen is when you go to sleep 2 weeks from now, you're going to be up at 1 a.m. thinking, man, I wish I would have done that, instead of, I'm glad I did that. One of those feels much better than the other one.
And where do you fit in all this, the upcoming Final Four?
I'm just a part of Fenerbahce Beko, part of the team, one of the guys. Obviously, I know I have a role that's more prominent than some of the other members on our team, but at the end of the day, we're all trying to achieve the same goal. And as I always say, the preparation is extremely important. I just want to make sure Nigel's his best Nigel and do everything I can to make sure that I'm prepared to help my team. And if I take care of that, do my best, when Nigel does his best, plays his best, we usually have a good chance of winning. So just try to do my part and help the guys make sure they do their parts.
Do you feel that we finally get it?
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's the Final Four is That's why it's so well loved, because you just never know. It's not a series anymore, so anything can happen. Somebody has one great game, they can win the series. A player has one bad game, they can lose the series for them. You never know what can happen, and that's the beauty of it. Same thing we have in America with the NCAA. That's why everyone loves March Madness, because of the chaos, unexpected wins and losses. So it's same thing with the EuroLeague. You just never know.
I like your answer, but my question wasn't that because when I say we, I was speaking as Fenerbahce. After all, I'm Greek, and I have to root for my home teams. The issue here is, do you feel that as fans we get all this? We understand that there is a very thin line between passion and understanding that athletes should be more than dribblers of the ball.
Um, like I said, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't speak for Greek fans. Since now I know you're going for the Greek teams, then the mistake alo, filemu. I don't know what more you and I have to say, because you've picked your side. So honestly, I feel like this interview should be over now. Now knowing that, I thought you were neutral. If anything, I thought you were leaning towards us. But your true colors show. I can't blame you though for sticking with your people. Exactly what you should do. But I thought you were a little more neutral than that, and that's okay. It's a shame too that this interview was going so well before you said that. That's tough.
So we have to end it on a bad note.
No such thing as ending on a bad note. Like I said, I'm sure it'd be great. I mean, I saw somewhere online that 30,000 Panda fans wanted tickets, which obviously 30,000 can't go, but if they could, they would, I'm sure. Same with the Fener fans, but I heard it's probably sold out right already, for sure. The atmosphere is going to be great. We know there's a lot of Turkish residents that live there. I don't know if they're all Fener fans, but I know it's a lot of Turkish people living in Berlin and throughout Germany. So hopefully we could have more of them fill the arena than your Greens.
So I have to say best of luck.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ, φίλε μου.
Παρακαλώ.